first and your last name?
My first name is Zane and my last name is Marshall. Zane Marshall.
And what is your hometown?
I would say Atlanta, Maryland. I grew up here. Really?
Yeah. Me too. And can you share with us one scripture that you've really held on to through your most trying times?
Well, on my arm you'll see Joshua 1:9, but my scripture that I hold on to since my whole experience is Deuteronomy 31:6. 31:6. Should I say the scripture?
If you'd like to.
I don't remember it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Why that one though?
That one because it says, be strong and be courageous for that, God will never leave you or forsake you. And I believe that from my whole experience that I went through abuse. So it's very true.
Thank you for sharing. So what is your testimony? What brings you here today?
My testimony, I went through a lot of emotional abuse and substance abuse through the entertainment industry, I would say, through my manager. And I would say it was a very hard and dark and lonely time, and I had to figure out the differences between the abuse and like constructive criticism, because when you're young and you're going through a situation like that, you gotta understand, is this person trying to help me or is this person trying to hurt me? And I think I'm very, thankful and blessed that I overcame it eventually, but it was a very dark and lonely and hard time to go through something like that. And when you're in the entertainment industry and you're young and you're fortunate enough to have a hit talk show and to have a successful documentary, it's like, it's like you have everything. You feel like you have everything, because a lot of young people, they want fame, they want, fortune and power, and they just, they don't care how you get it these days. And it's like, it's almost like the cycle, you gotta sell yourself to the devil, but that's not the way to go. It's like, you just do anything, and sometimes that's not good, just doing anything. And I think that's what my manager at the time tried to instill in me. God isn't gonna help you. You gotta pretty much sell your soul to the devil. Do what I say and you'll get there. And I believe that.
Wow. It's a very powerful testimony.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you encourage somebody that was in your shoes or that's presently dealing with what you dealt with to keep going and to stay focused on getting better?
Well, pretty much my focus, going through such a difficult time, is I had to remember why I started in the first place. And the reason why I started was to eventually help the youth and to help other people. So to that, you have to stay encouraged by remembering why you got started and remembering your focus in life and your purpose. And you just have to overcome and oversee, your current situation, because your current situation could get better. The world is bright, the world is big, and the world could be anything you make it. And if you're not comfortable or happy in a certain situation, then you have to change it. Because if you allow someone to abuse you or disrespect you, then it's going to continue. And the cycle is not going to get better, it's just going to get worse. And it comes to a point where we have to ask ourselves, when is enough enough? And usually when we question ourselves, that question in our heads, enough is enough. And it's time to move on. It's time to move on. So we have to stay encouraged through remembering and staying focused on our purpose and our visions in life and our mission, because I believe everyone's here on this earth serving a purpose. If we have to go through certain trials and tribulations to overcome or fulfill that purpose, then so be it. Because I'm very fortunate, or I want to say I don't have any regrets about going through what I went through today.
It's good not to have regret. That's a process, is it not?
It's a big process because you go through when someone abuses you, you go through a period in your life where you just want to get back to them, and I had to really have a lot of self-control because I knew I wanted to be a business owner. I knew I wanted to continue my legacy in helping people, and I knew that I couldn't allow this person to bring me down on such a low level. And I had to control myself because what I do reflects who I am. I want to say who I am in the public, but my actions would be, looked at upon others in the public, and I couldn't have a bad, everything, especially in the entertainment industry or in general, everything is about image, especially when, you own your own business or whatever, it's image. So I knew I had to control myself. I had to leave those ill feelings at the door. I had to continue to pray, and I had to continue to stay humble. And I knew that, my manager, I knew that the time was going to come eventually. Whether I saw it, had the pleasure to see it happen or not, I knew that, that person would be taken care of, so I had to stay prayed up on that and, just let it go, let God, and overcome it. I think that line right there, that quote, let go, let God, it's so, everyone uses it. And it's so hard sometimes. It's like, let go, let God. It's like, okay, but I'm still dealing with the situation. It's so hard. When is God going to come? But He is going to come. I wake up some days and I'm like, I pray on certain situations to happen. And I just wake up and, I'm going on with life. And, before you know it, I look and I'm like, wow, God, handled the situation for me, So everything is through God. You just have to have faith and you have to believe. So that's key and it's important.
Let's get to something that might be near and dear to your heart, whether it's maybe a book that you've been working on or a nonprofit organization or an organization point blank period that you find comfort in. You want to share some of your personal attachments?
Yeah, definitely. I'm the co-owner and partner of Visionary Concepts and Diadhiou Consulting. We're a business consulting firm that transitions businesses and individuals into their full potential by providing educational materials, coaching, and mentoring services to the public. We hope to make change in our inner community is very important. I'm a motivational speaker today. I love to help our youth and I love to give back. That's most important. And I'm a community and youth activist to this day and former TV film co-host of a great teen talk show. So yeah, those are some of my achievements over the years. Yeah.
That resume must be
Oh, awesome. Sorry. Currently, I'm a student studying at Harvard University, so I can't forget about that. That was a big blessing for me because after high school, I always had plans to go straight to college, and that never happened to me because a documentary hit me and then a TV show hit me. And I always pray to God. I'm like, I want to go to school, but I don't have time in my busy schedule to go to school. And my aunt was like, Zane, just apply. And I'm like, I'm never going to get accepted to Harvard, never. And Lord and behold, I applied and I got my letter back and says you've been accepted. So I do Harvard online so I could run my business, take my classes, and yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
I'm really, really happy to hear that.
Thank
And I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned it. And my favorite question is, how might your raw beauty experience bless or impact another survivor's experience?
Well, I hope that my experience, definitely my experience now, it allows me to be a voice to others, especially the men who are ashamed to talk about such a trying time in their lives, especially with abuse, especially when, I want to say like emotional abuse or, substance abuse, it's really hard. And I hope this experience will allow me that platform, to reach out to other males that, it's okay that you can overcome it, anyone can overcome it. There's so many times that, so many closed doors I face, overcoming this situation. And it's like, I learned how to make the impossible possible. And, it's so many things in this world that we can achieve if we just put our minds and souls to it. But most importantly, our souls. And you have to have faith, to walk you there. But I'm definitely blessed for this experience because it took some time for me to share this story because it's something that I wasn't too proud of. I mean, it's like, how can you be this person in public and, be so strong to other people? And it's like, you don't even know who you are. You can't be strong for yourself. So I just hope that a lot of people can understand that, no matter where you came from, no matter what you've been through, that, there is another life on the other side. The grass is green wherever you choose to water it, the sun shines,
Okay, so how might your raw beauty experience bless or impact the life of another survivor?
My raw beauty experience, hopefully it will allow me a platform as, to be a voice of other men. I think men most importantly because a lot of men shy away from, or they're kind of, they don't want to talk about, their abuse, especially if it's, from another person or, substance abuse. It's kind of embarrassing, let's be honest. But it shouldn't be embarrassing. It should be something, that you can make it, and you gotta let, whatever is impossible, you make it possible. And most importantly, the grass is green wherever you choose to water it, and the sun could shine anywhere. God walks with you. He's wherever you go. That's why Deuteronomy 31:6 was such an important, scripture to me, and it's so dear to me in my soul. So definitely, I think it's a great opportunity for that, to showcase that.
Thank you for being the male in the group of women. I think that is so refreshing, and I've been waiting for one to step forward and share. I'm glad it's you because you come with that other dimension that I was secretly looking for. So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. God does everything for a reason.
He does, and his timing is too perfect. So I was like, 3 o'clock, and here you come. So just to wrap it up, give me what raw beauty is to you in 2 words. So like raw beauty is?
Raw beauty is power, because it gives yourself, strength and wisdom and health. Power is so many things. It's like almost like being rich, feeling rich, having that, richness inside of you. You're strong, you're solid, you're pure, you're one. And it's like you're solid. Raw beauty is power.